Yeah, I'll welcome y'all back to another episode of the Gangster Chronicles. And we in the building. I'm with my Nia.
Bigg Steele in the house. And tonight we have my guy, EDI from the Outlawz. What's happening, bro?
Man, you got it.
Man,
appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, for sure, man. You know, first I want to start off with saying, man, I'm glad you're here to conduct this interview. I'm glad you're looking healthy, man, and you're in the land of the living, man, because as black men, we all share that, man. It's like every month we hearing about somebody that had a heart attack or a stroke. It almost make you think, man, like we under attack, like under siege, because I'm hearing about brothers having heart attacks that go to the gym every day.
Yeah, it's vicious.
Take care of themselves. You know what I mean?
I was walking out the gym.
That's what I'm saying.
I had just wrapped up a workout and started feeling, you know, like I had a 300-pound fat bitch sitting on my chest. Like my chest just felt all this pressure that I never felt before. So I just figured I might have went a little bit too hard. I was doing a leg day. Like, yo, I'm going to have my girl with me. I'm like, yeah, take me home. You know, I'm going to go lay down. I can't, you know, catch my breath right now. She just looking at me, getting in the car, and then she just was like, nah, you don't look right. We going to the hospital. You know, but I ain't have no idea, nothing on me, so we had to stop by my house to grab some shit. And while we there, it's just getting worse. You know, we went straight to the hospital, and when I got there, they was like, you in the middle of a cardiac arrest right now. We taking you into surgery right now.
And you didn't even consider that it might be a heart attack. That was like your last guess?
Absolutely. Like I said, I just wanted to go lay down. But they told me if I'd have did that, then I probably wouldn't be sitting here with y'all.
Oh, man, God is good.
Yeah, all the time.
God is good, and I think a lot of our eating habits, you know, I'm guilty of that.
1000%.
You know, to where I leave here, I stop through, you know, I run through Popeyes real quick and do the apple pies and, you know, and all that stuff. And it just
love that. You love that shit, don't you?
I love it, man.
But I'm seeing your ass every time we leave. I'll be like, your ass going and get that motherfucking Popeyes, huh?
Yeah, I'm on my way in there because, you know, it's a little white girl in there. She hooked me up with all kind of stuff. It's like as they about to close. So if I order one apple pie, she throwing 5 or 6 up in there.
You hear this nigga? You can't find me, this nigga.
You know, I'm getting the food stuff. I'm bringing wife stuff home. Man, I got you some chicken. What you getting chicken all late at night for?
You like the motherfucker that work at Taco Bell at the end of the night. They just like, nigga, take all this home. And then you got bags of motherfucking bean burritos and all kind of just bullshit.
Kind of stuff, man.
And then, you know, late night, man, the lifestyle we live, you know what I'm saying, doing shows and traveling, it ain't nothing good open at that time of night.
I think there's something like, you know, we don't kind of tend to going through that process of I don't know, I could even say even on the block situations, you know, when you on the block, you in the hood, you repping the set, you banging, you don't be like, nigga, you thinking of, I need to cop my next sack or pistol or whatever. You ain't thinking about, man, I need to give me some motherfucking health insurance and shit, you know. Niggas getting dumped on and shit. You with products and that you know might jeopardize your health or whatever, and inhaling or whatever, man. Niggas don't be thinking about that.
You know what? And not just health insurance, insurance period.
Who thinks of man, niggas be coming through dumping. I might get shot today. I might need me some medical insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to get blasted on the shit and you come home and the medical bills be sky high, or just on a normal ass checkup,
or they just go patch you up and put you out because
niggas. I guess, you know, moms used to have a lot of home remedies for niggas when they got caught colds and bullshit like that. So niggas try to follow that regime. You know what I'm saying?
Mama used to tell me go drink some water.
Yeah, or I'm gonna
like, Mom, my stomach hurts. She like, go in there and drink some water.
Take some Robitussin.
Mom, my head hurt. Go and drink some water.
Robitussin killed everything, nigga.
Everything. Ginger ale. You know what?
Ginger ale for sure.
Is a hospital cannot turn you away because you don't have insurance, but they aren't going to give you top-notch treatment. They just go bandage you up and send you home.
And that's after 3-4 hours sitting there because, like, if you ain't got no insurance, they be like, okay, fill his paperwork out and go sit over there.
Definitely gonna be waiting about.
Go sit over there.
A couple hours. You can be waiting half the motherfucking day.
100%.
Well, I found out I had something called tachycardia. I was at the USC football game. This when Chris was playing there. They was playing Utah, and you know how game time they doing the pre-game celebrations, the planes flying over and stuff. So I'm like, I got to use the bathroom. So I run upstairs. We sitting down in the pair section, so I'm like in the second row. So I run upstairs, you know, to try to get back on time, do my thing, come back down. And when I came back down, I never started sweating. I never stopped sweating. I was like sweating to the point to where my wife was looking at me like, you all right? And she said, I just had this glazed look. And so my heart is just going boom, 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 and I'm scared. Next thing I knew, I remember my boy, shout out to my homeboy Dennis, you know Big Dennis Jackson.
Dennis, for sure, shout out Dennis.
And Horace McCoy got me. They lifted me up, dog, out the things. And the USC hospital dude is there. He give me some little thing, man, and like, you know, it stopped it a little bit, and I'm in the hospital. I'm listening back to the game trying to find out what's happening because that was Chris's first start too. So I don't know if I was just so excited, man, that I just, you know, got stuck in the loop.
Anxiety kicked in.
Anxiety, you know, you don't want your son getting beat because he going against a dude that's projected to go in the top 2 rounds, and you like, oh man. I don't know if it was that, man, but it made me really start thinking. I started taking my medicine because the biggest thing we don't do, we don't take that high blood pressure medicine. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't even like going to the doctor.
We don't like doing that stuff. And I'm going to put it out there.
Going to the doctor, man. You know
a lot of brothers don't like taking the high blood pressure medicine because it messes with your little virility a little bit. It give you headaches and stuff. So a lot of homies be like, man, I'm not doing that because of this and that. But I think, man, being in the land of the living, lay presence over being able to lay some pipe a certain way. For me, it do anyway because I'd rather just go ask the doctor, hey, man, I need something for this now because I'm taking this and it's doing that. So I think we got to do a better job. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. We hear that all the time. We got to do a better job of watching our diet. But it's starting to get real scary because I'm seeing people who watch everything they eat. Vegans, going to the gym all the time, and they dropping dead of heart attacks.
Like I said, I did a post about my situation just to, you know, share and educate. And I said my old lifestyle caught up with me because I lived the lifestyle as far as, like you said, I'm worrying about how to make it to tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm worrying about not being the next one that's up out of here through the gun violence or whatever, you know, going to jail or something like that. So health is 3rd or 4th when it really should be number 1. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't here, if you ain't healthy, it don't matter. And so, you know, even though I had made some lifestyle changes, like in 220, lost a lot of weight, started going to the gym on a regular basis, changed my diet, that artery was still clogged up from the years of eating bullshit Popeyes late at night. You know what I mean? Whatever you can get your hands on after a show, drinking and smoking every day. I had never took a break from weed since I started smoking it at 17 years old. I smoked literally every day, unless we was in a country where, you know, we couldn't get it. And that was rare, you know, and so forced me to, you know, really take a long look at how I was living and make some real grown man decisions and make some real changes.
You have to, especially when you got people that's depending on you too. I'll tell you another thing. We have to make sure that we have life insurance. I get so mad when I go out there and I see the people, not because they asking for money, but I'm just like, you shouldn't be in that position to where your family got to stress and struggle now to bury you because you don't have no insurance. You don't have no health insurance. And it's like a thing like this, like you don't have to go out and get a $2-3 million policy. You can get a $15,000 policy to just cover it. So if something happened to you, your family ain't got to worry about that burden. They gonna be going through enough without you. But I would say, you know, if you got kids and stuff, you can go get you a $500,000 insurance policy, and they have insurance that you can put on your house to where if you're a homeowner and if you die, your house is paid for. I wanted to make sure in the event of my demise, because trust me, all my brothers out there, we leaving this planet one day. That's for damn sure. We don't know when. And we don't know when. It's not like you got a warning. Well, Mr. Steele, I see you're going to live until you're 78 and you're going to, you know, you're going to die of natural causes, barring you don't get hit by a car or something like that. We ain't that lucky. We can't predict it. So I'd rather be prepared to know that if something happened to me, the wife is taken care of.
But that's your mind state right now. What was your mind state at 20, 21 years old?
You know what? Fortunately, man, I had some good people around me advise me that I actually got life insurance, a good policy, when I was 22.
Okay.
Because I had an older homeboy that kid the same stuff I'm telling people now. Because I wasn't thinking about that. I was making some decent money. Man, I'm not thinking about that. I'm immortal. That's our mindset, especially as black men. With all the stuff we don't survive, man, I'm in the clear. No, I ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah, I guess we don't, like I said, I guess in those years of when you're trying to establish yourself as a, you know, a man, an adult, you know, especially when you're coming from that side of life, the side where I came from, like we don't, you know, I don't think too many of us was thinking about, man, I'm gonna go get me some life insurance.
Did you have something when you was? Did you have something?
That might have been like
I didn't get.
That was like that's what the old people did. You get me? They got life insurance. That's what my mom and my dad or grandparents did. Nigga, I'm 19 years old. I need some.
Well, at 19, insurance. You really definitely ain't on that. You said you didn't have none at all.
I didn't have none at all, and if somebody brought it up to me, I didn't really want to talk about it because it's like I don't plan on dying. You know what I mean? Like you said, you think you're gonna live forever.
How many times you conversating about, hey man, nigga, you getting you some life and shit? Nigga, we on the road smoking, tour buses and motherfucking pussy and Kentucky Fried Chicken and all kind of dumb. Nigga, don't be talking to me about no life insurance, nigga. I'm 20 years old.
See, I'd have been that dude in the bus talking to everybody about it.
Nigga, I got a pistol in my pocket, some mother.
You especially would have needed something.
I didn't think about it, nigga.
Because you know you got to think about it like this.
I'm gonna shoot back if a nigga shooting. Okay. That's my aspect. I'm gonna shoot
let
back.
death come into your mind at that.
Let me ask both of y'all. Let me ask both of y'all an individual question. Once you got on in the game, was you your household's primary breadwinner?
Absolutely.
And you was your family's primary breadwinner, right?
Yeah, it was just me. I didn't have the wife and kids and all that.
But you was probably helping moms out though, right?
Right.
So if something would have happened to you, I'd be remiss to say that your mama would have suffered along with your kids and whoever else, right? Because that'd have been a few twos and few she getting from you every month to help her out and get through. Because we all do that. As soon as we get some money, the first thing we go do is take care of the house. We go make sure moms are straight. Even if it's something simple as, I'm going to pay your cell phone bill and I'm going to pay for this every month for you so you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
You know, we don't think about that, man, and that's why I think, man, I wish we would have more of these discussions when we have on this platform, because one thing that I didn't want to do tonight is I didn't want to talk to you about Tupac the whole night. You got you a whole nother career. You are your own individual.
100%.
You feel what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk to you about real stuff. You know what I'm saying? About real stuff. And
it's a great way to start it off too, you know what I mean? Because this is education and people need to hear it, you know. And even though we wasn't talking about it in our 20s or what have you, it's a 20-year-old that's gonna see this, somebody in their 20s that's gonna be thinking differently than we was thinking. Like, you know what, I may need to go ahead and look into that right now, today, and not wait until we get our age and, you know.
Well, I think it's kind of our duty as elder statesmen, so to speak, because, you know, if there's nobody talk to about you, I'm talking to you about it now, because somebody, thank God, somebody talk to me. I still got the same policy I got. And I think that policy is like 1.2 million or something like that. So I be telling my wife all the time, man, I check up out of here, you gonna be up. You got your little stuff, you got this, you know, over there. I said, you gonna be up on what you gonna do?
Your brakes working good on your right?
Hey, man, I hope so. They get to acting funny. They get to acting funny, and she gonna come up. Yeah, let me ask you, I think by now, man, we all saw the police cam footage of the sister, man, Sonya Mason. And that redneck sheriff, man, that just gunned that woman down in cold blood in her kitchen. And she was pretty much doing what they asked her to do. They told her to turn off the stove or whatever. It was kind of weird to me because she's the one that called them there.
Why did she call them?
Because she thought somebody was outside of her house. She thought, you know, somebody was looking in her crib or whatever.
Very typical call.
You know, typical call. Something that they probably should have been in and out of there in 5 minutes. You know, if you go over there, you see it's no threat, man, we, you know, patrol the perimeter, we don't see a threat. So here, call us again if you have any problems. Why are you asking that woman for an ID and this and that? And the way that dude did it, he already had BS on his mind when he went in there. Because he said something stupid to her like, oh, well, I see you with your boiling hot water. Like she's go dash the water from across the kitchen. And, you know, you see where Fonby is over there? There's about that much of a distance. If I got a pot of hot water, what's gonna get on him, a drop?
So you call the police because you think someone's outside your home. Why are you in my kitchen?
Because they told her to turn the oven off. This dude was
No, but why are you in the house? I
Yeah.
called to report something. Why are you in the house? We could do all this conversation from the front door.
Yeah.
We didn't see anyone. Woonty woont.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why are you in the crib?
And the guy that shot her, if you notice during the video, she looked like she was a little bit of a pack rat. She had a bunch of stuff in the house, you know, and you can just see this dude already forming the judgment in his head because he's looking around, he's looking in the room. I'm like, what is he looking in the room for? The dude ain't gonna be under the clothes hiding. She said it was somebody outside of her house. They just was doing the most. Let me see your ID. I need to see your ID. Like she can question. Then the dude, how he just dismissed her as a crazy B word. And I said, man, this dude is so disrespectful. He done took this sister's life. Now she got to be all kind of out her name and stuff, man. And it was just crazy to me, man. It's like I know the dude is going to jail, man, but
What was his
Well,
excuse?
he might go to jail.
What was his excuse?
he said that she was going to throw the hot water on him. And she was just doing it. And then when he shot her, you could see the lady kind of like, oh no, like I'm sorry. And he just gunned her. You didn't see the video footage?
No.
I watched the whole body cam footage. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
If you saw it, you would be mad because it was like, y'all just shot this woman in cold blood behind some hot water. Then he tried to say, see, he almost hit us. He trying to convince the other dude, and the cop that was with him even knew he was on some BS.
100%.
You can tell because he was like, well, yeah, whatever, you know, because he's like, see the water.
You can
almost
tell the
hit
other
him.
cop wasn't on BS because he turned his body cam on immediately. The other dude didn't turn his on until after he shot old girl. So right then and there, you know they had two different agendas. Also, my question is it's only hot water. You in a full uniform. Let's say she did throw boiling water on you. That's not finna kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting.
And you
But-
had, yeah.
To use deadly force because you feel like you under threat of a hot water, I don't see that as being reason enough to dome shot this lady. He shot her in the head.
excuse for being in the house was she called because she thought there was a prowler, somebody, whatever.
I'm gonna show you the body cam footage.
Okay, but
They
my
start asking for ID and shit like that.
right because that's what a typical nosy cop is gonna do. When I pull up, the thinking of the cop who are on bullshit is the minute they pull up, they already know if they gonna go through some shit of bullshit. So they probably already analyzing the scene, like you said. She's a pack rat. They already thinking that she's of lower class. Yeah. You get me?
It was asking her questions that ain't really have to do with what she
Like-
called
like,
for.
I
Like
called
whose car is that in the driveway? What the that got to do
So
with
that lets you
me
know.
saying an intruder is outside my house?
Right. So why are you questioning me about whose car? That's a mother who they're not even going off of your story anymore. I don't even believe that there was a prowler or anything. Now I want to be nosy and see if I could find some drugs, see if I could find the motherfucker who got
See
some
if it's somebody in the
warrants.
house that got a warrant.
Yeah,
Yep, there you go. You already know.
That's my and of course the young lady she had to be black, right? The cops was white.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna show you the footage now, right? Can you see this from over there?
Let me see. Hand me this shit.
Yeah. Press play on that. You can turn it up. You gotta hear it to get the full context of it.
He's already got his
There's questions they asking her.
Yeah, I want you to hear it. Let me turn the volume on for you. Cause you gotta like it gives it an extra context to it, right?
And then walked up in the house because I guess they done did their search. And so now y'all decide to come in to question her. I don't know what y'all thinking. She's on drugs or something, whatever. I just get that by just looking at the video without even hearing anything. She's sitting on the couch and he's pointing at her like, let me see your ID. She's going through her purse. Apparently she forgot, or maybe she was boiling the water because she thought a motherfucker was outside and was gonna try to break in. The water was already on the stove, right? So she jumps up. Maybe she jumps up, what? Thinking, oh, it's pot on the stove. Let me go turn this pot off. She walks in the kitchen, she's standing, she grabs the pot, she goes over to the sink. Next thing you know, my man's hand is already on his pistol. The whole time she's standing in the kitchen, his hand is already on the pistol.
Yeah, hold on, watch this. Here you go right now.
Now, the way she looks, there's no way she can throw that on them.
Oh yeah, look at this though. Here you go right here. He told the woman, he said, I'll shoot you right in your effing face.
Why? Because she had the pot?
It was crazy, man.
Yeah, man, and far too often we seeing this.
All the time, man. It's like, when is enough? And I know they put them in jail. It's a contingency of people that's going to say, what y'all harping on it for? He going to jail. No, we don't know if he's going to go to jail.
Nah, because there ain't no guarantee with that. We done seen so many of them get off. And it was clear that it was murder.
Crazy, right? Now, if that was your sister, cousin, mother, friend, homegirl, you feeling a certain kind of way.
Okay, I don't...
To say the least.
I don't The other dude is talking to her. She says something, and then all of a sudden he says, you better not, I'll shoot you in the face. Okay, so what made him go there? Like, what happened in that split second? Because while the other dude is looking inside the room, she's talking to them in a general manner. She walked from the stove to the sink, obviously with the pot. She's standing at the sink, okay? He's in the so-called living room. There's no, looking at her, I'm not going to say she's not a strong woman, but you're not going to be able to.
Hey, I can't throw a bucket of hot water across the room.
I'm just saying, it's impossible.
That's what I'm saying right there.
Top condition, I can't do that. I just
can't use that as an excuse.
Physics don't work that way.
But I would like to know what was said right before he said,
tell you what she said.
You better not.
I'm going to tell you what you said, because you can hear her.
About neighbor or something.
Nah, she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
When he said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, that's when he's talking, I'll shoot you in your face.
Right.
Okay, but why did he say you better not?
Well, you know what
was said to where he said you better not?
She didn't say nothing. He just said that out the blue, because what she said was this. What he said was something like, I don't want to get hit by your hot water. And she said it like, are you stupid? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Like, why would you say I'm going to throw hot water on you? And then he said, you better effing not.
She felt the bullshit coming.
Yeah, because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because she said.
It doesn't make any sense for him to go, you better not. I'll shoot you in the. What, in that split second, what made him say that? Because you hear her talking, and then all of a sudden, he goes hand on weapon, and he goes, you better not. What was said?
You know what I think?
Even if she said, I'll rebuke you, that doesn't even add up to you bet not.
Because you know what that her saying, she rebuked him because she already see the BS coming, right? And she's like, okay, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Like, why would I? Because he said something stupid like, I don't want your hot water to hit me. And she look at him like I'm not, like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not calling you.
That was after he told her to turn it off and get it off the stove.
And he told her to turn it off and take it off the stove.
That's why he told her. That's why she took it off, because she's sitting on the couch going through her ID. So he told her, go get up and turn the water off the stove.
We don't want to burn up and catch on fire here.
Okay, I can get it. The water, I could be sitting here talking to you. The water could evaporate. The pot could catch on fire. Okay, so go turn your pot off. I get it. Okay.
She was doing what they told her to do.
Okay, y'all tell me, look for my ID, and then one of the officers go, oh, go turn that pot off on the stove. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get up. I grab the pot, and evidently, I guess I'm grabbing it because I'm finna pour the shit out in the sink. That's why that's what logic would think, right? Because she could have just turned the mother off and came back and sat down. But I guess she's going, well, f it, there's no use for it anymore, because apparently she's boiling it for something, right? You know, that's the moms and pop, you know, grandmas, they boil that hot water and toss on your mother ass. So if she's thinking somebody outside her window prowling, mother might come in. I ain't got no pistol or nothing.
Yes, you know, she thinking that's,
pour me some hot water on the stove.
Especially in the country, that's a weapon.
Exactly, that's a weapon. So f it, police here now. I'm gonna turn, they tell me turn it off. Cool, turn it off. There was no need to grab it, but she grabbed it, walked to the sink.
But that's what they told her to do.
Right. No, he said turn it off. He didn't say dump it out. He said turn it off. She grabbed it from the stove and walked over to the sink. Okay. So to a motherfucker like that, why you grabbing the pot now? You get me? Because he's already on one. They looking around, give me your ID. Like, that's not the typical shit that you do to a so-called victim, right? Because she did call and say, I think somebody outside my house. So they get there, oh, black lady, not the greatest of conditions, you know. Now they want to be nosy. You get me? Because usually they gonna test some dumb shit to how mom's living. You get me? Clothes all over here and shit all over.
Yeah, but you gotta.
So let me go. I ain't got no search warrant or nothing, but I'm gonna go on over here and flash my light up in here.
Then he asked him a code, like he asked the station or something like, is she a 5150 or something like that? Like, what's up with this lady? Have we got any calls on her?
I'm
Yeah, because he's trying to steer the eventual investigation in a certain way.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean? He's trying to lay the narrative down that something was wrong with her.
It's just like the motherfucking cop pull you over for, and I got a broken tail light. But after your license come back clean and everything, the nigga still in your car looking, right? Now I need to establish something else, because I really want to see if this nigga got something. You feel me? That's my whole plot. Now that I'm here and I see this black lady, you know, it's not the best of whatever, I'm gonna test this to some ill shit.
Exactly. You know, the one thing I can say about all of them other officers, when he went outside and he called her out her name, they all kind of looked at him like, you can't be serious right now.
Let me
see, his commander even told him, he said, so where's the gun at? Like, you shot this woman over a thing. He said, okay, you just going out. You could tell he was already like, this dude gonna wind up going to jail behind this.
Yeah, because like I said, you couldn't have felt threatened for your life.
Nah.
It wasn't
There was no threat.
That's what justifies shooting. That's what their claim is to justify shooting someone, is that I felt in fear of me and my partner's life. Okay. A lady got a pot of water on the stove. You don't even know if it was hot. You get me?
And that's not life-threatening. I don't know how long that's been. A pot of hot water ain't gonna kill you.
So she grabbed, and then in a court of law, you can, motherfucker will come back with let's distance the feet and let's try it, and we're gonna do all kind of shit to prove.
They gonna show to where even from over here at this distance, if I threw some scalding hot water just from this distance on you, by the time it gets to you, it's gonna be burnt and hot, but it's not gonna be, it's gonna lose kind of effectiveness as it just go that little bit of distance. Because I don't have hot water through at me before. you know, from across the thing. And it hits you with sting a little bit, but it ain't like it's gonna be like, oh, I'm dead.
And like I said, they in full uniform. Like they in full uniform. It's not like they standing there in a t-shirt and shorts.
You know, that's
was there never thought of a taser?
That's what I was gonna say. They could have tased her.
Hit me.
Nah, it was just bow bow.
They think
immediately.
if they're thinking 5150, you already know that in that case, it's something mental. So why would you feel threatened to draw your weapon on? It ain't like she got butcher knives in her hand.
You know what? He's asking all this after the fact, though. I don't know if it was a 5150 code, but he was asking some code. I forget what it was verbatim, but it was just one of those things to where I saw it and I was like, man, this can't be real. This has got to be I was hoping that somebody came out and said this was a hoax because it was just so extra, man. It was like.
And then when he draws the weapon, she goes to the ground with the pot like this, so it can't be thrown. Why did you shoot? Like she's already crouched down because if you see when he pulled and he said you better not, she grabbed the pot like this and then she went down to the ground, right?
He was scared.
He came around. He really like. I guess the counter or something was here. He really came around and if you see the shots, he's shooting down. Okay? That's because she's already ducking down. Why did you feel the need to plug her 3 times, though? Because you hear pop, pop, pop.
He executed that woman, man. That was execution.
Execution.
That wasn't no just shoot somebody. That was an execution. And he did just what he said. I'll shoot you in your face, and that's just what he did.
So he did say that. Yeah. He said, I'll shoot you in the face. He said that. Yeah. And he wasn't playing.
And this guy, now this is the cherry on top. This dude has been kicked out of 3 other police stations.
Wow, I didn't know that.
3 other police stations. He just got a job with this one because his brother lost somebody working there.
You know something? Usually when episodes like this happen, it tends to happen to someone who has been through a few different departments or had a trouble over here. Or he's already had 15 complaints or some like that. So is it that desperate to need policing to go ahead and hire someone who has already had some kind of past?
That's what I'm saying, man. We can't keep allowing these same mistakes to go. And it's like, what I'm saying is this shouldn't just be him in trouble. Whoever okayed him to come over there need to be held accountable too. There need to be some people losing their jobs, dog, because I'm sick of this shit right here. This is crazy, man. You just executed this woman. And the thing is, you know, we can't have this mind state of, oh, well, it's not my family member, it's not that. Okay, so when it's yours, what we go do then? We got to start really, man, making people, you want our vote? If you want our vote, if you want Black America's vote, you gonna start taking the hard line stands on shit like this. You gonna start getting reparations in order to pay for all the bullshit you done did for the last 400, 500 years. Seriously. We need to hold people accountable, dog. It's like I'm so sick of, well, we need to vote for this person. We need to not vote for nobody until they start doing something. Does somebody show some action?
That's every year, though. Every 4 years, man.
And there need to be you know what I was gonna say?
We do this. They do this every 4 years, man. And for the average motherfucker like you and me, or like, I don't know, besides you making a little money and they giving you a break on some shit like that because you in their class and making money, but as an average motherfucker, nothing is beneficial. And people always saying, yeah, know you're this and know you're this and know you're city person and know you're this and you know you're, and there's still crap going on. You know, when does it really change for the average motherfucker who they really begging for their vote? And really, it really don't matter because our shit don't count.
Yeah, it really ain't gonna change until
when they voting, when you electing a president, your shit don't count.
You know, I gotta ask you, man. You coming up, like, because when you got with Pac, you was real young. Because me and Bigg Steele was good friends, and he used to tell me, man, them dudes was little kids. They couldn't even get in the club half the time.
That's facts.
You know, so you being with a dude that was political, as he was, do you think it's a void in music, do you think politics has a voice in hip hop anymore? Or could have a voice in hip hop? Because to me, Tupac, as much as I like the gangster stuff, he was a political rapper. Y'all made a political statement.
I mean, you know, it's definitely missing in what's popular. You know, it's still there. There's still cats out there that's, you know, speaking up, you know, and saying what needs to be said and all of that. That's never left hip hop. Political hip hop, conscious, whatever you want to call it, it never left. It just left from being popular. At one time, and Eiht can attest to this, it was popular. You did have major rappers like Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying, and even NWA and Poor Righteous Teachers that was actually talking about what's going on and speaking truth to power, but it ain't popular no more. It ain't in.
Yeah, this generation, and like I said, it's hard to just say it because of the youngsters, because I was in a different mind state when I was 17, 18, you get me? It takes maturity, it takes growing up, it takes going through hard times, along with happy shit, but it takes you a while to grow up and see shit that, you know, other motherfuckers can really, like Pac could really see, or Public Enemy could really see. A lot of niggas didn't focus on that shit because like, I'm in the hood every day, and that's what my struggle is. I understand what Chuck D is saying and fight the power and all that shit, but nigga, I'm in the hood dodging bullets from the niggas. You feel me? I'm stuck in poverty with the niggas. You get me? The president ain't man, he ain't over here, nigga, with nigga over here. He ain't in the car with them niggas trying to bust on me. You feel me? Yeah. I'm dealing with my reality of where I'm from. Like, if I was living somewhere else, it might be different. I might be talking about voting and politics as a young.
I don't even think it's so much more of that. We just need somebody that's a voice for this stuff without being preachy.
But what's the benefit? What's the benefit of that? Because when you do expose yourself and you do stand out as a leader and the people elect you as a leader, now you got a target on your back. Every time we did have a leader, what ended up happening to him? And so for these youngsters, they looking at it like, man, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I do that, what's waiting for me? I'm going to just go ahead and get my money and do what I got to do, you know what I'm saying, to change my own world over here, and I can't worry about everybody else. It's more of a me attitude instead of a we attitude. And as political as Pac was and as conscious as he was, you know, he still got caught up in nigga too. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality of it is this is who we surround ourselves with. You know, this is who we around.
Yeah,
we around us. It's not like he wasn't the type of dude that was going to be like, okay, I got mines and now I'm over here now. That just wasn't in him. You know what I'm saying? He was raised to be with the people and for the people. And so it's like a catch-22. It's like I'm famous, I'm rich, I know what's right, but at the same time, I'm not that guy that's going to go move to Brentwood and get my house and get my chips and just worry about me and mine.
And he did everything that you could do really to make yourself legendary. He shot a policeman in the ass, shot a cop in the ass that was messing with another brother on the side of the road. He successfully sued them police officers up in Marin. So it was like he was almost like considered at one point like a myth. Like, man, this dude out here rapping and shooting cops in the ass and stuff and just
that, like, nigga wasn't even like, damn, you get me? And got away with it.
Got away with it.
Yeah.
When he could have easily been like, you know, you see a brother in distress and you could have, you know, he Tupac, he could have went on the way and just did whatever, but no, I'm pulling over.
Yeah.
They messing with this brother and dumping.
Nah, I can't just go up in my room and kick in and fuck with, you know, women and after a show. You know, we had just did a show at Clark, Atlanta.
So you was out there with him when that happened?
Yeah.
You was in the car. Walk me through that real quick, dog.
I mean, you know, like I said, he had a show at Clark, big old show, bunch of people on the bill. You know what I mean? Just got finished rocking. Okay, got his bread. We out. We going back to the room. It's not like we caravan. It's about 10, 15 cars. You know what I mean? Full of women. Just following us back to the room. They following Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Back to his hotel room. It's about to go down. You know what I mean?
How old was you at this time?
I think I was about maybe 19.
Man, can you imagine being 19?
19, 20 years old. You know what I mean? And like you said, pulled up to the hotel and seen two white boys wearing this nigga out in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? And they with their wives, but they drunk. And at the time, we don't know they cops. Pac don't know they cops. It's just two white boys beating a nigga's ass.
So Pac grabbed the strap.
Well, it didn't go there right away. You know, it was a verbal confrontation at first. You know what I'm saying? Pac, you know, definitely hopped out and let him know his displeasure with what he was saying. And the white boys turned around and was like, nigga, you better get out of here for you next type. Pac was like, what? You know, thug life, and pulled his shirt up like thug life. And the cop pulled a gun out on him. You know what I'm saying? While Pac standing there with his shirt up. You know, and he didn't bow, he didn't move, he didn't flinch. And in the South, they not used to seeing that. They had never seen a nigga like that before, who was like, shoot. That's exact words, was shoot. And so they didn't shoot, but they did break his window on his brand new BMW he had just got. He had bought a brand new 750. You know what I mean? And that was his first day driving that car. He had bought it and didn't get a chance to drive it. So he was hot. You know what I mean? And he asked for the strap, and he got the strap. And when he got his strap, they turned around and ran. Come to find out, their guns wasn't even loaded. You know what I'm saying? And so they turned around and ran from a nigga with a gun, and Pac got on one knee and shot 3 times. Bop, 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 while they was running.
Shot him in the ass?
Shot 2 of them.
You like that?
I like that.
He like
Them old evil ass white people, man.
Yeah, one in the ass and one in the
like
side.
a
I think in the side, like
That's
that.
good, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pac was a good shot.
That just tickles his fancy
I just
right
picture
now.
the homie just getting down on one knee just like this. Pop, 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 pop. And they just falling down the street right there thinking, oh, we should have never messed with that Negro.
But they were so far in the distance, we didn't even know that he hit him.
That nigga still.
So
Didn't
he
even
had
know
a
that
good aim on him.
Yeah, he had a good aim. And actually, it's funny because his cousin was like, nigga, you ain't hit him. Pac was like, I guarantee you I hit him. He was like, you ain't that good, nigga.
And when did
You ain't hit
y'all,
him.
like when did the police and stuff come about all that?
Well, we went upstairs and we was kicking it, smoking, and actually he had just recorded Dear Mama. And he was like, I just did this song. This gonna change the game. He just knew Dear Mama was out of here. You know what I mean? And he sat up there and performed it for a room full of chicks for like an hour. He just kept doing it over and over again. Just kept doing it over and over again. And then I forgot who it was, but somebody said, man, it's a bunch of police outside. You know what I'm saying? He just knew what it was, you know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, you know what I mean? Everybody got to get out. You know, we huddled up, knew what was about to happen. You know what I mean? And the rest is history.
And they took him in that night?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That's superhero. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody like just imagine if somebody would have busted in when they were doing all that to that sister and you just see the body cam footage, one dude get knocked out, the other dude get through the wall. You think that shit is hard right there. Pac was really, you know, he was really doing that. And it's like, when you was with him a little kid, how did you get linked up with him? Because you was a young dude.
I mean, our families knew each other before we both was here. You know, my aunt, my dad actually and his aunt went to school together. Okay. And that's how the whole thing started, from that right there.
Okay, because you just got swooped up then into a
Yeah,
whirlwind.
I mean, we just was always around each other. You know how black people are. You know, you might not be blood related, but y'all cousins.
Definitely.
We just grew up like that.
For sure, man, for sure. And did you at any point, man, think that, because you know, like how you just kicking it with the homie, that's the homie. You never see them really as a superstar. You know they doing their thing and getting it like this, but did you ever think that he would be immortalized and romanticized in the manner that he is?
Hell yeah, because he would say it all the time. You know what I mean? He'll look at you and be like, you know I'm a living legend, right? We be like, come on, man. I ain't trying to hate it.
That's what I'm saying, because it's just a homie. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, Pac was always, you know, certain people just always got some people just got a light to him. You know what I mean? And even as us little kids, you know, a couple of other members of the Outlawz like Gaddafi, who's resting in peace, Castro, who's his first cousin. You know, it was us four, and we was always around each other as little dudes. And Pac was the oldest, and he was always, you know, the one who had a plan. You know what I'm saying? When we trying to figure out what we gonna eat for the day, Pac had the plan. You know, and he would be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go here and we're going to do this, boom, 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 boom. And so it was just a natural progression to when he became, you know, famous and got his record deal and started acting. It was just the same like when we was kids, and it really wasn't that much time difference. You know what I'm saying? From the time when we was trying to figure out what we was going to eat to the time where, you know, now everybody know who Tupac is.
That's crazy. So obviously, man, you got a lot of history and legacy behind you, man. As far as your own musical journey, right? Did you want to continue on rapping and stuff after what happened to Pac? I know you had to go through some kind of depression.
Well, you know, when we didn't have a word for it back then. You know,
right?
One of Pac's most famous lines was, "I smoke a blunt to take the pain out, and if I wasn't high, I probably tried." We just kept getting high. We just got more high. You know what I'm saying? After we lost him, we lost Gaddafi. You know, we started losing other people in our families. We just got more high. We're gonna make more records, and we just gonna, you know, continue on for them. It's never was an option of stopping. That was never, you know what I mean? That was never an option for us.
Yeah, because I think, man, after a while, we just get numb to death.
100%.
Yeah, when you see it a lot,
you know,
I mean, you still accept it. It still hits you in a peculiar way, and of course you're gonna be saddened and. But when you see it so much, man, you learn how to take that punch, and basically like, yeah, nigga, I took it. Now what? Because you've seen it so much, man. A lot of people pass, and especially when it's close to home.
Yeah, when it's close to home, and
it's one homie after another, and then after another, and then, you know, the way we live it, man, you sometimes you accept it.
100%.
You feel me? You accept the fact that this what we doing. This ain't guaranteed, especially when you have confrontations and situations with other motherfuckers. You really have to, you know, look at it like it is what it is sometimes.
Yeah, and you know, being especially in the situation that you is.
I think it really with people when you naive to death. You feel me? When you naive and you thinking shit like, oh, my nigga gonna be here forever, or, you know, when this motherfuckers that or have hidden agendas, man, and you never know. You can't be naive to it. And especially being rich and famous. You get me? It's crazy motherfuckers out here. You get me? Who are just obsessed with people in a situation where they might even want to take you out or kill you.
Yeah.
So if you have grown up in the type of lifestyle, I don't give a hood shit, hip hop. We've seen niggas die in hip hop, just like we see niggas die on the corner from the hood. You get me? Niggas pull drive-bys. That's what happens.
Oh, speaking of which, just a total flip of the subject. I think the internet. You know how I feel about the internet. I think the internet is getting real destructive because I'm one of those type of people, as I believe every man on this planet has a certain right, should be granted certain liberties, right? But every fool shouldn't have a voice. You feel what I mean? You shouldn't give. Some people ain't meant to have an audience. I saw something on another platform that they interviewed the guy that killed Pop Smoke, the kid that killed Pop Smoke, and I was like, how is he out of jail already? You feel what I'm saying? He done took somebody's life, and he was just on there, man, just really no remorse. Just like, you know, it wasn't supposed to happen like that, but it happened. No, I don't regret nothing.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like life right now, man, is like it don't have no value on it.
Well, I think we got to ask ourselves, and I love when you said what you said before we even started it. You know, we don't do no salacious material here. I think we got to, you know, first, we got to gatekeep who we allow in and out of our culture and have a platform. You know, because why give that little dude a chance to even say what he said? Somebody, you know, of course you got social media and you could get on your phone and you could do it yourself. But even prior to that, he was on somebody's platform speaking. Somebody reached out to him to do an interview. For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did he contribute to the culture where he deserves a platform to speak his mind? You know what I'm saying? You killed somebody who was taking care of people. You know what I'm saying? Who was doing something positive. He was making music. I don't give a what the reason was about, but why give him a chance to even say what he said?
Going there, especially, and he's still, you could tell he's still young and very immature.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You feel what I'm saying? He got.
And there's a lot of different, and it's not just him. It's spread around where the ability to just say whatever the hell you want is just a little bit. It's just a little bit too free, and it's nobody saying, "Nah, we ain't finna let that out."
These a lot of these dudes who indulge in this shit that we do, the race to the top is fast. You get me? Niggas want to jump in this and go.
Yeah.
And that's just like a nigga told me one time he wanted to rap. And he said he was going to rap and just diss who was ever popular. Because I feel, the nigga said, I feel that's going to get me more known faster, right? Because he wants to race to the top. I don't got time to be making songs and just regular songs, and nigga might like it and nigga might not. You know, it might take me 10 years to get to the top of the ladder. So now, f that.
Right.
Who's the most popular nigga out here right now? Yeah. I'm just gonna make a song about that nigga and diss him, and it's gonna shoot me to the top. And some people want to do that, and that's in our field too now. You get me? A lot of people are in this field. You get me? It's the new. It's the dope game. It's the rap game. It's the new game. You get me? Shit, I can be a hard nigga fresh out of prison. Used to slap niggas up like Debo. And what? I can get on the motherfucking, turn the camera on and get in the microphone and whoop-de-whoop and 1 million people will listen to my shit. Hell yeah, I'm going to do that shit. There's no code anymore. You feel me?
Again, everybody don't need an audience.
Everybody don't deserve an audience.
There's no code anymore. Like, you get me? 20 years ago, that would have never happened. You get me? You'd have never been like, nigga, I'm not finna go interview the nigga that killed so-and-so. Are you f***ing kidding me? I'd be frowned upon every nigga in the industry. But now, it's content.
Yeah, like, what did you think, like, because, see, you lived all this stuff, right? You had a front row seat. So when KEEFE D, who was, you know, he started making his rounds, did that kind of surprise you a little bit?
Believe it or not, nope. Because guess what? Don't nothing surprise me nowadays. The thirst for fame,
Come on, man.
The thirst for, you know, attention. You know, attention is the most addictive drug. It's addictive than any drug out there that you could take.
What I say every time on this motherfucker, nobody wants to be normal anymore.
Nah.
I'm talking about from the regular nigga to the hardest motherfucking gangster that you could have thought of walking. He don't want to be the regular gangster no more. I want to be the famous gangster. Yeah. You feel me? I don't want to be the regular nigga that niggas respected as being just that G who kept codes and shit. Nah. I want to be on motherfucking Instagram and YouTube. And look at me now. You feel me? Nigga want to be popular. Since when did the OG gangster nigga want to be popular? You feel me?
Man.
It was actually the opposite.
You goddamn right.
It was the opposite.
I don't want niggas to know what I do.
Yeah, I don't want to be on no
I don't want a nigga to know that I'm selling all the chickens in the hood. Nigga, I'm going to dress like a motherfucking bum and drive a Pinto around because I don't want the boys on me. Today,
right.
Nigga, I'm going to go buy 3 Rolls Royces and 10 big Cubans and nigga record ain't sold but 10 copies.
Right.
And had the homies drive you around the crib, drive you around the hood.
Nigga, I got 10 cars and big ass chains on and my record sold 10 copies.
And no, you brought up Pop Smoke.
Famous.
You brought up Pop Smoke, you know. Rest in peace to the young brother. But the day he was murdered, he was money talking. He had the big stack of money and he was on Instagram. And so he made himself a target because that need for attention, that need for to be validated and to say, yeah, I got money. You already got money and you famous.
Yeah, I didn't want niggas to know how much money I had.
Even with that. With that, I'm gonna tell you a story, right?
I'm going to the hood every day. I still want to, fit in. Nigga, I can't come pulling up in the Bentley,
but check
jumping out with Rolls Royce, Lexus on and and the homie standing on the block with Cortez and holes in his khaki suit. And I just want to stand next to a nigga like, niggas be like, man, we about to go up at Eiht house tonight, cuz that. The homies and all. Because why? No, nigga. I'm pulling up in the bucket. I'm jumping out with them same khakis on I wore 4 years ago. Got a little fade in them. You know what I'm saying? When I crease them up, color changing and I'm still, you cannot alienate niggas,
now,
man.
You remember the spot we used to record in Beverly Hills house, right? At the spot, right? So I think Fonby might have been here, like my homeboy Fonby in the house. It was a young dude up there with SAE Fat Boy, and they started hanging out. They did an interview with us and started hanging out. You know, some young dudes. They did one interview, so Fat Boy started hanging out up at the mansion all the time. Them little cats up there shooting dice got 75,000, 100,000 on the table, right? One of the little cats there, I don't remember the little brother's name, but I think I told him, I said, man, you want to start being a little bit more discreet with what you got. Because he got a duffel bag with 100,000 cash in it. And I had to tell him, I said, man, a dude would come in here. I said, if I was scandalous, man, I'd go over there, get on the phone. Hey, man, come up here. Hey. Come up here right now.
Line him up.
Nigga on some green.
Line him right on up.
Yellow shirt, nigga got 100,000.
I'm going to go out and leave the front gate open, my dude, park on the side of the building to make it look good.
Plenty of time.
And to make it look good, pop me in the head with the pistol. So I don't know what's going on. Pop me in. And we go meet up later on and we go chop that up.
Yeah, we go chop that right on up.
I told him.
Christmas
you know what
early.
This dude did to me? He pulled out a Draco and said, if they can get past this, it's on. Guess what I saw a week and a half later?
Done.
I'm looking on the internet. He in D.C. gambling with some dudes. The dude come out with like a little hand pistol up out his jacket. This is all on video. Tap, tap, tap. Guess what dude trying to do? He trying to play with the Draco, don't even know how to use it, and get gunned down by a dude with a little bitty gun. He stand over him, go scrape up all that cheese, and just bop off. Like walk up the sidewalk like I ain't running. I got his cheese, I'm gone. I tried to, and that was God that put me on that, because usually I let people, I mind my own business, right? But God put me that on my heart tonight to tell that dude, hey, man, you slipping, dog. I said, somebody will hurt you real bad for a quarter of that right there.
Now, the reality of that is it's different times, man.
That's it.
Like,
yeah.
Who the from the hood gonna be walking up in somewhere with 100,000 in the bag?
Dog, if
nigga,
I was...
we all finna try to get this nigga up in it. And he the homie. We finna get this
y'all
nigga.
Just say, yeah. Am I lying, y'all?
I got $20 in my pocket right
I lying,
now.
Brian?
You feel me? The fascination with money, the fascination with letting motherfuckers know.
I was about to say, because it's not just about getting money no more.
You fascinated.
It's no fun getting money if everybody don't know you got it. That's the problem. That's the problem, you know.
I think everybody at this table had $100,000 before.
Right.
It's not like when you get it, I put my stuff in the bank. What is it with these dudes? Give it to me now and I want to walk around with it and do like this online with it. Man, you inviting pit bulls, you dangling steaks in front of pit bulls out there.
It's people really hungry out here, man.
No, they don't understand that.
They really hungry and they ready to crash out. at any given moment.
And like like I said, we all have this. Like I'm a man. I feel like nigga, ain't nobody but still. A nigga running my face with a pistol and like give it up, nigga.
You gonna give it up.
You feel me? Like,
and how sick you gonna be?
How hard you are, how whatever. Because if you want to test the motherfucker, it's simple to go bop bop. You feel me?
The man with the master plan is the man with the gun in his hand. They got control and got the drop on you. You the nigga with the master plan because you got to do what he say.
Respect the shooter because he's gonna shoot.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's one of them things, man, to where when you see that amount of cash, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not a crafty dude. I saw that amount of money and I got nervous. I said, man, what if somebody come up, like, what is y'all doing?
And lay everybody down. Not even just the dude with the money.
Because ain't nobody, I know the homie got a pistol.
This nigga's killing niggas for $5 grand, man. And you don't think a nigga will run up in here and
hurt everybody?
Everybody.
Assuming I got it and then do me bad too.
Everybody stripped butt naked, and I want it all. I'm taking it all. Man, look. Well, how much you got on you? $30? Give it up, Steele. And get ass.
And that's all they gonna get from me, because I'm not a fool to carry my money around in the bag.
Chase a nigga down.
I'm not a fool. You know what? I don't understand that with these cats, man. Put your money in the bank, because if somebody come here and take this card, all I'm gonna do is give them a phone after they leave. Hey, somebody just stole my car. I'm gonna go on my app and cut that mother sucker off. So he better get what he can get before then. I don't care.
The niggas ain't dumb. I'm gonna wait till I catch the nigga who flossing, because it's one, like I said, one born every minute. It's one every minute.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
it's a nigga every minute want to show you, nigga.
And it could be examples of what not to do, and they still don't learn. And still don't get it.
To each his own. If that's what you want to do, if that makes you feel, of value, and that puts confidence in you as a man by letting nigga, that to each his own. But, you know what I'm saying? Be better, nigga, if you show the motherfucker some stocks and bonds and some investments and shit. That's how you floss on a nigga.
And I ain't gonna do one thing I'm not gonna do, right? That's a sad situation. Young men lost their lives, right? But it just goes to show, man, we in a climate to where you can't show nobody nothing you got. Nah. It's grimy out here, man. People are starving. If people see you wear a new pair of shoes, oh, you got on new shoes today?
Man, that's where I come from. Nigga, you got on a pair of new shoes, nigga. You got to dumb it down a little bit, man, for a motherfucker.
You gotta dumb it down, because the thing is, I ain't never wanted nobody to know what I had.
Wait till you get home in the hills where the white people at.
Yeah, I was raised different. I was raised different.
And now we in the thing, we come from an era of discretion, right? But so you got dude, man, his claim to fame, because people can be famous for any reason now. His claim to fame, well, I was in the car with the dude that shot Tupac. And he getting all these interviews, and he lightweight becoming a celebrity. That didn't in the least bit trip you out a little bit?
I mean, it really didn't, because, prior to that, I believe he had already wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
I
read. You know what I mean? He had did the OJ kind of book, like if I did it, this is how, and was spilling out a lot of detail in the book already.
Mm-hmm. Because you was in the entourage that night when it happened, right? When it happened, did you think that was just another one of them times? Because again, Tupac like one of the dudes that got, you got the homie in the hood to get shot all the time.
Oh yeah.
You just like, oh, he gonna be cool. He got shot again. He'd be out in a minute. You know what I mean? Was it like that, or did you sense something was worse that night?
Nah, I didn't really realize how bad it was until we got to the hospital.
I think that, I think that night, man, that Biggie and Tupac shit was the worst shit ever, dog. That's the biggest stain on the eye of hip-hop, dog, I think. Is that just whole thing was crazy, because it could all been avoided.
Yeah, it definitely could have been avoided, man. It could have been, all it took was probably a phone call. I wish we had cell phones back then, because I felt like if they would have had a conversation, that shit would have been, over with. Pac was already done with it. Like, after Hit 'Em Up, he was kind of already done with it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I said what I needed to say. I'm off that.
So since his departure, man, have you ever felt like, because I told you when you came on, I ain't gonna ask you no whole bunch of, this whole interview ain't gonna be about Tupac. You a pretty intelligent brother, you well-versed in a lot of things. Has it ever been a point where you want to tell somebody interviewing you, man, are you here to talk to me or you want to just ask me?
Oh, no, I had to do that before. I've had to do that.
How many times?
I don't remember how many times, but more than once for sure.
He's doing it right now, God damn it.
No, he ain't doing it because I ain't talking to this brother all night about no Tupac. I ain't doing it, but it's one of those things, if you in the studio, you got to ask certain questions.
Yeah.
Because you going to have a fan base of people, because we don't do this for us, we do this for the people out there. Why you didn't ask them this? You had them up there and you just talked about this. But one of the things I want to know is, and this is a serious question, right? If you had a chance to do this all over again with all the trial and bullshit, would you do it? Would you do it any different?
Nope.
Would you change up your life?
No, man, you can't, man, because that would get you to the point of where you at right now. And, you know, you see all these, you know, you see movies where they with time and time travel, going back in the past, and every time something changes, it fucks up your future. You know what I'm saying? So why would you change anything? Whether it was good or bad, it was meant to happen so you could become who you are today. You get me? And if you go back and change some of that, you could
mess up the timeline.
You could be anywhere today.
Might not have kids.
You might not even be here. You feel me? You around, go back and change something, and nigga, you're not here today. You feel me?
Real spill. You don't delete it yourself out the matrix.
Because you want to go back and change something. Man, it happened. The past shouldn't be rewritten. It should stand for something as a lesson to motherfuckers. And for those who have made it through situations, because it could have easily been a different situation.
No, I was about to say, because that night, Pac was supposed to ride with us.
Exactly.
And at the last minute, he decided to ride with Suge. You know what I mean? So everything happened for a reason. Once you look back on it, you'd be like, yeah, that was supposed to happen the way it happened for a reason. You know what I mean? Period. And because he could have been in the car with us, and you know what I'm saying?
Could have got shot.
Exactly.
Anything, you know, you can't change. You want to because you feel that maybe if I change something, it would turn out better. But how do you know your life would change better if you change something that you went through 30 years ago, 15 years ago? It was meant to happen. And not to say that in a f***ed up way, but it was written. You get me? People don't believe a lot of that, but your life is already written.
Oh, yeah, I believe that, too. I believe that we living in, some people under the belief that we in a simulation, that this stuff is already pre-planned, and it's like, you feel what I'm saying?
We've all been in a up situation to where we could have been shot or killed or whatever. I mean, I used to gangbang, hang on the corner. Niggas drive by shoot.
I was gonna say that wasn't the first shootout or being.
You feel me, nigga? That's
you know what I mean?
that's just a situation that happened.
Oh, the rap game is treacherous, though. The rap game out here living like
the rap game, nigga. Life is treacherous.
Yeah, I was about to say. There you go.
Navigate. Life is treacherous, man. Yeah. And
because ain't no shootouts ever happen in the studio.
As young men,
all that happened outside in the streets.
We all made decisions that we could either be here or not be here right now. You get me? And because of those decisions we made, it probably fucked us up a little bit, but it still put us in the position to where we're able to be here right now. It's a lot of niggas who walk the same motherfucking streets we did. Niggas ain't here right now.
It's real.
It was unfortunate. You get me? My nigga, I walked this same motherfucking shit an hour ago. And the homie came down here, nigga, and they took him out. Just an hour after I just walked to the same liquor store. Nigga, I just used this same shit. I just drove this same car. You feel me? Nigga, the homie got in the car, nigga, hit the corner, nigga, and they tore this motherfucker up. Situations happen. And we was put there because of that. Yeah. So you can't change those walks you had, man. You can't. Yep. You think it could be better. You know, man, if I could have went back and I could have told my nigga, man, don't ride in that car, ride with us. Who's to say the niggas wouldn't have pulled up on that car? We know who we looking for.
Yeah, for real, real talk. So you got a podcast now.
I did, man. But it's funny, like, cause we was talking about the podcast and the need for attention and shit. So I kind of put mine on pause, man, because I realized that, you know, it was more about, you know, who you gonna talk about this week. They either wanted me to just talk about Pac all day or talk about other bullshit that I ain't on. You know, a lot of my interviews was about, you know, people's life story. I like to sit down and chop it up and hear your story about what got you from point A to point B to where you at now.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of my shit was about. And it was cool. I did some great interviews. I interviewed everybody from Zab, Judah. I interviewed Vlad. You know, I interviewed Too Short. I interviewed a lot of great people, and it was a lot of good content that's still out there. But I didn't feel like I wanted to contribute anything more to what's out there until I figure out how to make myself stand out from what everybody else is doing. And if I ain't got nothing to offer that's different, then I'm going to let other people have it.
Yeah, it is, because in this game, man, you have to change your format up, especially if you like the forefather of a, I like to believe that we the first ones to put the stuff that we kind of do in the podcast format. You know, not going out doing hood vlogs or nothing like that, but just really cats sitting at the table talking about grown man stuff. Not necessarily about negative stuff, but just stuff that's real, life and death.
Period.
You feel me? So once a lot of people saw that and they thought that's all it was to it, a lot of people ran that format. So we don't flip the format a couple of times in a couple of different ways, because you have to always offer something that's unique. It's not like when I talk to somebody and I say, well, what's your podcast gonna be about? Or we just go do like such and such and talk to rappers. And I say, oh man, that's an original idea. That's unique. You can do very well with that. Yeah. Because it's somebody that already got a head start on you with that already, and they already became an expert in that field. So man, what's next on the horizon for you?
Man, still doing music. I got my brother Bone here. We got a project we gonna drop in a hot second. We just, as the Outlawz, we just put a greatest collabs compilation out, man. We dropping 3 albums in 3 days. We just put the first one out today. The second one gonna come out tomorrow, and the third one gonna come out Friday. And it's all our collaborations that we did, you know, over the past few years. And so shout out
to homie Noble.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to my brother Noble. And so we got some classic records, man. We got some classic records with Hussein Fatal, who's no longer with us. Rest in peace.
I got a last song with Fatal.
You sure do.
Yes, indeed.
That record's so motherfucking hard.
Yes, indeed.
He got some classics out there.
Yeah. You know, Eiht inspired us. It's inspired everything we did coming up in this. You know what I mean? Tupac included. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting here right now, because I had said I'm not doing no more interviews for a minute. You know, but when the homie Doughboy was like, man, Eiht wants you on the show, I was like, man, I got to do Eiht.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I told you, they don't believe that. I tell them,
It's certain people, like, you know, you have respect for. Edie and Noble, I don't give a I can call them up. Man, I need a verse or whatever, and always with no problem, just vice versa too, man. So certain cats, like I said, in this industry, I have grown to have a great respect for. Primo, Face, Edie, Noble, certain cats, Spice, you know. It's more than just, you know, records and just, you know, it's real rapport and real friendship.
Real
and
friendships
like
and
that.
relationships,
So
man.
that's what
Trump
it is,
everything.
man.
Nah, 100%.
That trump everything. Now, was you cool? It's like I said, Psych was my road dog. Like me and Big Psych, I was just had this conversation with Eiht today. Is like, you can't call everybody your friend. Some people just your homies.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, everybody's your friend. Psych was my friend. Like we have formed a really good friendship. And I know you being as young as you were, y'all had a big age difference. Was you cool with him?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Psych was a funny dude, wasn't he?
Psych was a funny dude. I learned a lot about living in Los Angeles from Psych. I learned a lot about LA from Psych.
Yeah, Psych.
You know,
Psych was a gangster. You know, he was a gangster.
Yeah, me and Psych used to just ride around LA, and he would just point out different neighborhoods, and you know, like, okay, this is, you know, this over here, this is this hood over here, this won't be. He just showed me a lot about how to navigate out here, because we was East Coast kids coming to LA, and we, you know, we was We was looking at LA from the TV aspect. So when we first came out here, first thing we wanted to do was go to Crenshaw. We would go to, we was like, where's Crenshaw at? I heard so much about Crenshaw. Let's go to Crenshaw. Where's Compton at? Let's go to Compton and shit. And Psych heard that. Psych was like, man, Pac, these niggas was in Compton the other day, man. Pac was like, look, sit them down, holler at them, let them know where they at, where to go, where not to go. And Psych was that for us.
He put you with the right dude because Psych was a fool, but he had sense though.
Yeah.
Like Psych had a lot of wisdom because he would kill me sometimes. Big Steele, what you doing, man? You know how Psych talked in 3D, kind of like, you know. But he would call me and tell me, man, you got to tone your temper down, man. You can't be in there tearing up them people. You know, because the laws gonna come down on your ass. You know how Psych talk, man. And he was a real cool dude, man. I just feel like it was a real pleasure to know him because, man, I'm not gonna lie. When Psych died, it was two cats that died, man. It was my friends. When a friend died, there's a dude, my boy Big Bruce from Compton. When he died, I was sick for like a whole year. And when Psych died, I was sick for a whole year because I'm gonna tell you what happened with Psych. When he died, I just started getting into podcasting. I was early on this stuff, right? And I had it set up to where I was gonna do an interview with him. We was doing stuff up at Dash at the time. This is when early on, you know? I said, I'm gonna start doing this stuff. And I was supposed to meet him. And I changed my mind because I had to coach. I decided I was gonna have practice. We played the Ducks that week or something like that. There was something going on. And I told Psych, hey man, let's just do it tomorrow. Or do it another, next week. Man, sure, I'm glad you called me. I ain't want to roll down the freeway. He was like, I don't, because he lived out in the IE at that time. He was like, I didn't want to come on that thing. I was on my way, so good looking. I said, yeah, my nigga, I'll hit you up later on. So when you got a friend, dog, you go talk to them at least once a day or every other day. If it go 2 days and you ain't heard from him, man, that's kind of weird. Unless he out the country or something like that, he got something going on. But I hadn't heard from him. We was trying to hook that thing up. And I called him. His phone first was just ring. Then it started going straight to voicemail. Then his voicemail full. And I was like, man, where is Big Psych at? I ain't heard from him, And 40 Glock had told me he had died. 40 Glock was like, man, Psych dead. I said, and it shocked me. I was like, how? Like I knew didn't nobody do nothing to Big Psych. I knew he wasn't murdered or nothing like that because Psych was a dude that was loved by everybody pretty much, right? But when they told me he had a heart attack, that shit just fucked me up, man. Another dude to go to the gym all the time.
And he was by himself too, you know what I mean? And that was unfortunate, the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? Psych was a cowboy though. We used to call him a cowboy. Psych used to smoke the Camels without the filter.
Oh yeah.
So all us little homies, we used to call that nigga a cowboy.
That's the jail right there, nigga. You were smoking Camels without the nigga.
I'm gonna tell you something funny about Psych.
Straight from the yard, nigga.
We went to Dubai and Psych had smuggled some cigarettes in there.
Oh yeah.
And that was my big thing. I told all, because I didn't smoke weed. I said, man, if any of y'all get caught with weed, do not say that y'all with me. If y'all bringing over dumb shit, I'm telling y'all now, y'all on y'all own. Something happen, Psych, because you ain't supposed to have nothing over there. You ain't supposed to bring nothing there. Psych in his room, I said, and had a wet towel or something by the thing, and I said, man, what is you doing, man?
Nigga, I'm smoking.
Straight like that.
A smoker gonna have to smoke, nigga. I don't give a
talk.
Nigga, I got to smoke, nigga. That.
For sure.
Yeah, man, shout out to all them brothers, man. I appreciate you coming to sit down with us, man.
Man, I apprete y'all having me, man.
And, I'm glad, man, that I'm glad we had the pleasure. Because I don't like to call these interviews. I don't think you living here feel like you've been interviewed.
Nah, we don't like to.
Nah, this is a combo.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We talked about a bunch of shit, man, and we talked about that needed to be spoke about. You know what I mean? From health to, police brutality.
Definitely.
Then we got to, my history and Pac and all of that. You know what I mean? And so it's a combo.
We try to let niggas we just talk to niggas, man.
Like I said, man, I'm sure, man, you don't been. Because I look at some of this stuff and, don't get me wrong. I think all of us in this room have a certain level of fandom of hip-hop, or that's what we wouldn't be doing what we doing ultimately. You a fan of it, right? I would love to have a conversation with Chuck D and just different people, but
that'd be a great combo, too. I done had a chance to not interview Chuck, but just have a conversation.
Yeah, and that's
Chuck.
what I want to just know his thought on, certain things that's going on, but I think that's what it should be about. You just can't, and I think it's borderline disrespectful to get an individual in the room to just talk about a whole nother human being.
Right.
It's like you kind of being dismissive of this person that's sitting in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It's natural to have some questions, but they're not no questions that everybody already know the answers to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I appreciate you coming by, big dog.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Man, for sure. Whenever you need us, man, we here.
All day, man. You know what it is. Jill.
We check in with y'all next week. We out of here.
Jill.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average